up, guys? We're going to do a quick news break. We just recorded this podcast on Sunday night, but of course, every time you do something and you have something planned, something comes up. Our man just totally spaced on his name, and I
Phil
feel really bad.
Spencer.
Phil Spencer. I'm like looking for it. I'm like, I know his name.
I mean, he's only the head of Xbox.
He's only the person that we look to for all the greatest news.
Right.
Dropped one of the biggest bombshells of console generations we've seen in a really long time. And it just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And we're talking about the specs that dropped for Xbox Series X. I'm sure you saw these, Yogomi. I made sure you saw these.
Oh, yeah.
I woke up
to it.
Yeah, I woke up to Twitter all over the place. I was like, this is wild. So I'll read some of it. We'll go through it. We'll talk about it. We'll kind of go back and forth. We'll try to make it pretty quick because we don't want to make this podcast last 2.5 hours. But if it does, it does.
Have to edit it. So
that's true. Let's not do that. So basically, at the beginning, he's just talking about how they want to be bold. They want to do all these different things, and they want to give it to us. And he did this all very Phil Spencer style. In your face. Here it is. Boom. Let's go. So the first thing he talks about is the next generation custom processor. It says Xbox Series X is our most powerful console ever powered by custom designed processor leveraging AMD's latest Zen 2 and RDNA 2 of an Xbox One X and more than 8 times the original Xbox One. Xbox Series X delivers a true generational leap in processing and graphics power with cutting-edge techniques resulting in higher frame rates, larger, more sophisticated game worlds, and an immersive experience unlike anything seen in console gaming. So the first thing he says is it's going to be amazing. I don't know how else to word that. But
yeah.
I'm pretty sure I skipped a whole line when I was reading that. Did I?
I did. Possibly.
I did. He says delivering 4 times the processing power of an Xbox One and enabling developers to leverage 12 T-flops of GPU.
Yeah.
That's what I've skipped. I don't know why I skipped that when I said it, but it's okay.
12 teraflops. Yeah.
So let's put that into perspective to other consoles. Xbox One X was huge and is the most powerful console on the market right now.
Right.
6 teraflops.
6 teraflops. So twice as fast or twice as powerful.
Xbox One obviously wasn't the most powerful, but it was still a good console. I'm not going to hate on the base one.
Yeah. I still
and that ran at I believe I was looking at the numbers. It was like a 1.6.
Mm-hmm.
So you do the math. Like that's a lot.
Yeah.
So what is that? 8?
Is a lot.
8 times, I believe.
Yeah. From the first one. Yeah. About 8 times.
Yeah. That's a lot. It's hard to process. I was seeing some things. People talking about the base numbers of the GPU too. We'll get to some more things about the GPU in a second, but some people were saying the base GPU of the Series X is going to be more powerful than a base 1080 or 2080.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Because that thing's still pretty new. All right, let's go to the next thing. So it talks about variable rate shading. Because our patented form of VRS empowers developers to I need to learn to read today. More efficiently utilize the full power of the Xbox Series X rather than spending GPU cycles uniformly to every single pixel on the screen. They can prioritize individual effects on specific game characters or important environmental objects. This technique results in a more stable frame rates and higher resolution with no impact on the final image.
Which is great. Because then,
it's like, yay.
Usually you have to give up something,
That's true.
And I mean, that sounds pretty awesome. Stable frame rates, high resolution. I mean, you would think that would result in higher image quality, but it seems like the problem is getting the higher resolution and the frame rates to play together.
Yeah. And so
and not burn your console down.
Yeah. I mean, have you don't have a 1X. If you turn HDR10 on and 4K, that bad boy turns on like, I mean, I don't want to say it's not like you're not turning on like, a Mustang, right? You're not turning on that V8. You get that thing purring in your living room, but it definitely has that I must say a Prius. I don't know. Yeah. You can hear it. That's all I'm saying. You can hear it. You're like, that thing, like,
yeah, it's kicking into overdrive.
And then when you're streaming it, when you're streaming in it, you start like you can hear it in the mic. You have to like adjust for it. You're like, holy crap, that thing is loud.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for it to be able to get to this point, I mean, and we're at the end of generation, so I mean, I'm not hating on the Xbox One X. I'm just saying that's a thing that happens.
Right. Right.
The next thing it says hardware accelerated direct X ray
Great.
tracing. It has a bunch of stuff, but basically, I'm just gonna summarize it. It says this is the first time we've had ray tracing on a console.
Yeah.
I know that it is a cool thing. It's a big thing. We kind of I don't want to say act like it's not as big as it is because PlayStation already said that they're gonna have ray tracing on theirs.
Right.
But this is still huge. Like you gotta
Yeah.
like we're we're both consoles are coming into this together.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's just
And true to life lighting, accurate reflections, and a realistic acoustics in real time. So it's not like, it's not like they have to do the tricks where they have to sort of project the reflection on something. This is all like real time.
yeah. Have you watched the Minecraft ray tracing videos,
I have not.
dude? You just need to do it. Just take a
Okay.
look at it. I know it's Minecraft. I don't play Minecraft. You're
Uh-huh.
like everyone's like kid game or not a kid game, whatever. Like it's still a good game. It's still
Yeah.
like I say with Fortnite, it's a game changer.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when they do the ray tracing on there, you're like, what the heck? You're like,
Really?
like
Yeah.
it's
You
a
wouldn't think
completely different game.
Minecraft. Right. You wouldn't think Minecraft. Why do they need ray tracing in Minecraft? But then I guess it's probably, see, because Minecraft to me has always been that a lo-fi game. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
the whole point of it was to be lo-fi.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know exactly, but it was cool. And I was like, I was really impressed. I was like, holy crap. I was like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're gonna get into stuff that's a little bit easier to understand and more what do I want to say, consumer friendly. The words,
Sure.
because some of those other things you kind of look at them and you're like, that's a cool words.
Well, this first one is definitely going to make sense. SSD storage.
Go ahead, you
You know,
take it. You take it away.
I mean, I'm all about SSD. Like, I work off of SSD when I edit video, especially when I shoot 4K, and I need to edit on something that's going to be fast. Now, I have a 4K. I mean, I have a SSD that I strictly use just to work on video because the transfers are so fast. So
Yeah,
imagine that. You know, first of all, you don't have to open up your Xbox and put in an SD anymore, which a lot of people do. They switch out or try an external one. It's going to come with it built in. So
yeah,
this is with our next generation SSD. Nearly every aspect of playing games is improved. Game worlds are larger, more dynamic, and load in a flash. And fast travel is just that fast, which is going to be really awesome, especially when you know, I we talk about Destiny. I'm a Destiny guy, but I play on console, and the load times on console, since I still have the Xbox One, and I
yeah.
have the Xbox One S. I don't have the X, which I'm probably going to end up getting an X anyway. But the load times, it could be a little long sometimes. And then sometimes I'm often the last person to land
Yeah,
on the planet. Everybody else is there.
yeah.
So it's gonna be cool. But
And
the
I guess
fact that they can
you're not a console gamer too, so you haven't got to see what this feels like yet.
right, right, right,
It is so I play Destiny on PC and an Xbox. I still play it on
right.
Xbox more because I mean
So you mean I'm not a PC gamer?
that's what I meant to say. Sorry, you're not a
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
PC
yeah, yeah.
gamer, so you
Right.
haven't got to experience this
No,
yet.
I haven't. I have not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I'll say, dude. Like Destiny, like you know how it is. I mean, you just try to open your menus
Yeah. Just
and you're
trying to
like,
open the
I gotta
menus.
wait, gotta wait. Here we
Yeah,
go.
especially when you're in a hurry, you're probably in the middle of PvP, and it's like you need to
Yep.
change a gun, you change a weapon or something, and you're like, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on."
I don't know
You
if
know,
you've
you're
seen those videos of people. There's a like I can't remember the exact combo they were using. They fixed it but since now, but there was a weapon that would like do something with your super, make it last longer, but then there was another thing that made your super stronger at first, and you could like basically you could pull your super, go into your menus, change your weapons, or change like
Oh,
something you were
yeah.
like I think it might have been maybe it was armor. You changed your armor, whatever, and it would like you just break the game. But it's because
Right.
you could do it that fast.
Yeah, you could do it that fast, right.
We
Yeah.
need solid states. Now
Yeah.
we don't need solid states to break games. I mean that's
No,
just
no, 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 no.
but you get what we're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so now
And
this
then
let me go to this next. Oh wait, you got more. Go
yeah,
ahead.
this no, 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 go ahead, 'cause this is what I'm pretty excited about this next one too.
Okay, this next one is I've been listening to podcasts all day about this. So quick resume. Says a new quick resume feature lets you continue multiple games from a suspended state almost instantly, returning you to where you were and what you were doing without waiting through long loading screens.
And that's multiple games.
Yes. Like, so I don't know. I do it a lot. So say like we're playing just like on these, like say I'm playing Apex Legends and I want to go check like the Game Pass quests or whatever, or look at the store or whatever. And I like that I can go back and then I'm back to where I was, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
imagine, I think they use this in kind of funny. They're talking about like, imagine you're playing, just say we're playing Knights of the Old Republic, whatever, something like that, something that takes like a really long time to load. You're
Right.
in that game. Your buddies get on. They're like, "Yo, let's go play some Fortnite." You're like, "All right, cool."
Yeah.
Jump over to Fortnite. You didn't have to wait to find a save spot.
Right.
You didn't have to wait for autosave to go through. It
Mhm.
just is.
Yeah. And you just come back and you're where you were when you left the game.
Now, I'm assuming there's probably going to be something where you turn your Xbox off. Obviously, that's not going to save.
Right. Right.
But
Right.
don't do that then, and you'll be fine. Regardless, that's
Yeah. Don't
wild.
turn off your Xbox, people.
Okay, so let's talk about the next one, dynamic latency input. So this is going to use words that are big, but stick with us and you'll be fine. It says we're optimizing latency in the player to console pipeline, starting with our Xbox wireless controller, which leverages our high bandwidth proprietary wireless communication protocol when connected to the console. With dynamic latency input (DLI), a new feature which synchronizes input immediately with what is displayed, controls are even more precise and responsive.
Mhm.
Now, I'm gonna be honest. I really don't feel like there's that much delay between controllers and what you see,
No. Not really.
but I think the next one is where it's more important.
Right.
So the next thing it talks about, it says HDMI 2.1 innovation. So this part is where it's going to make I feel like a bigger difference. So it says
Right.
we partner with HDMI Forum and TV manufacturers to enable the best gaming experience through features such as auto low latency mode and variable refresh rates (VRR). ALLM allows Xbox One and Xbox Series X to automatically set the connected display to its lowest latency mode. VRR synchronizes the display's refresh rate to the game's frame rates, maintaining smooth visuals without tearing, ensuring minimal lag and the most responsive gaming experience. Now,
Yeah.
this I have definitely dealt with firsthand. I believe you have too
Yeah.
because you have monitors. So
Yes.
when you
I
play
do.
on a monitor, it's nice. You get so
Yes.
used to it, and you're like, oh, this is just I'm just
Mhm.
playing here. But then you're like, I'm gonna go play on this big screen TV at my
Mhm.
friend's house, or I think we were watching my parents' dogs one time, and so I was going to their house. I took a big old no, I know what it was. I took their projector to my in-laws' house because we were watching their house while they were gone, and I was trying to play Destiny on it, and I was like, my head was hurting, dude. I was like, what is this delay?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I feel like everything I'm doing is like I'm not doing it when I'm wanting to do it. It's like you try to play like
Right.
Rocket League, you're getting destroyed because
Mhm.
you feel like you're behind on everything.
Exactly. Exactly. And just milliseconds makes a difference.
Oh yeah.
Milliseconds doesn't sound like a lot of time, but it actually is in certain situations.
Oh yeah. Like what so most monitors nowadays run like what a 1 to 4. That's like your gaming monitors run about a 1 to 4
Right.
millisecond. I believe
Mhm.
TVs are running, I can't even remember anymore. I think most TVs run like a 40.
Yeah.
Which the numbers sound big to small. In reality, it's not that fast, but you
It
feel it
makes a
when you're playing,
difference. Yeah, it totally makes a difference.
especially competitive.
Mhm.
And now this next one is I don't even know how to say it. I was just expecting the one, and then it was like, here's this too. And you're like,
Yeah.
"Whoa." It says 120 frames per second support. I was
Now,
Go ahead.
but the caveat here is that the developers have to create a game that runs in 120,
Yeah.
but it's giving them the room to do it.
Yeah. And I feel like too, a lot of these games too that we're playing now, especially now, they're already coming out on PC, right?
Yeah.
And so they're having their uncapped frame rates.
Right.
And so I feel like this is making the transition for them over
Right.
a lot easier. It's a lot easier to port a game over now because you
Mhm.
don't have as many standards
Now
to reach, I guess is the word I
now
want to
our
use.
PC friends can't be like, "Oh, dude, but the frame rates and everything," like, "Yo,
Yeah,
no, we're good."
how much did you pay for your computer?
Yeah, we're good. No, we're good. I could still use my controller.
This is wild, dude.
Uh, it
So
is
now we're talking about the next stuff we're gonna talk about is also huge. Like it's just this whole
super
thing.
huge. This part really blows my mind.
So they're saying the next section, we'll just say section because it hits so many different things.
Yeah.
It says the next generation of game compatibility. So the first note says 4 generations of gaming.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know what that means, let's just say Xbox, Xbox
Xbox
360,
360,
Xbox
Xbox
One.
One, and Xbox Series X. Like all the new games, the old games, the older games, and the oldest games.
So not only are we going to be able to play them, but they're going to play better
Yeah.
on the Series X.
Yeah.
They say benefit from steadier frame rates, faster load times, improved resolution, and visual fidelity. And then
All
it
with
says this.
no developer work
Yeah,
required.
which is
That's yeah.
that's the problem with backwards compatibility games right now is because they have to go fix it.
Yeah. They have to go back and kind of redo a lot of stuff. Some have to rebuild the game, you know?
Oh man. And then it's like, and then it just adds this too. He's like, let me just put a little like sprinkles on the cake for you real quick. He says, your Xbox One gaming accessories also come forward with you.
Yeah.
He's like, just in case you're
Yeah.
wondering. not just
Yeah.
not just your Elite 2.0,
Yeah.
but all of your Xbox One controllers will be allowed to
pretty
come
awesome.
over.
It's pretty
Now
awesome.
I'm assuming you can't bring over your OG Duke.
Oh, right.
Unless you can find an adapter, but I
But didn't they remake a Duke? Didn't they make a Duke
yeah,
for
yeah. But I'm
yeah.
really tempted to see. I'm gonna literally check, dude. Cause what if there's a new one that like adapt dude, there's an oh no, never mind. This is the breakaways. I was like, is there really an adapter?
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be really cool if there was an adapter. I didn't think there would be. There's not, but still, that's not the point.
Right.
I was just curious, and now we know. Okay, and the next thing, it just keep coming, Yogomi.
Yeah, I know.
They don't
I know.
stop. Then Xbox drops this one. They're like, "Hey, smart delivery." You're like, "What is smart delivery?" And you read about it, and basically all it's talking about is saying, I'll go right to this. So we're making the commitment to use smart delivery on all exclusive Xbox game studios, including Halo Infinite, ensuring you only have to purchase a title once in order to play the best available version for whichever Xbox console you play on.
Yeah.
And then I'll
That's
add this
crazy.
too. Yeah, I'll add this too. It says this technology is available for all developers and publishers, and they can choose to use it for titles that will be released on Xbox One first and come to the Xbox Series X later.
Wow.
So it's not
See, they're
guaranteed.
making it easy. Yeah,
Yeah.
but they're making it easy for them to be able to do it if they want to.
Well, and another thing too, so I was, they were talking about this in some of the podcasts. They're like, "Yo, this is gonna force Sony's hand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what are they gonna do? Like, it's like, oh, now we have
Yeah.
to." But I mean,
Pretty much.
and then just on top of that, I mean, I get CD Projekt Red is Xbox Studios, but they just tweeted out, they're like, "Yeah, this includes Cyberpunk."
Yeah.
They're just like,
Everybody's so super excited to play anyway. So
so
yeah.
imagine all these people and imagine, okay, PlayStation doesn't say this. Let's say that. So everybody's playing it on their PlayStation 4 and they're like, yeah, playing on my PlayStation 4. This is great. Oh, but I want to get this 4K texture pack to play the multiplayer, which is coming out a little bit later, but I have to rebuy the entire game
Right.
for my PS5.
Right.
But Xbox people are like, oh, let me just click this box.
Right.
Like your 4K texture packs is what I'm assuming it's going to be just like, because I mean, I don't know. You don't have an X yet. When you get an X, you go to your game settings, whatever, you go look in your library storage, and then in the top it says download 4K texture packs.
Right.
And then boom, you have your 4K texture packs.
Yeah, I'll get a, you know what? I'm just gonna get an X. I couldn't justify, this is just the thing. I couldn't justify getting an X because when I finally decided to get my Xbox, my OG Xbox was working just fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I got an S because I wanted an Xbox in the bedroom and in here in the studio.
Well, now you
And
can
then-
have one in the bedroom, in the studio, and the kitchen.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get an X because I just couldn't justify buying an X because it's so late in the console cycle of life that it's just like I'm buying I'm buying a system that's going to be, on its way out, and I am
Yeah.
definitely getting the Series X. But just for these last few months, I'd probably get an X and just experience it.
Well, and remember how I showed you yesterday? So Game Pass right now has the deal on the white one with the speckles on it.
Right.
So
Yeah.
the regular ones, that is the official price now for the regular ones. For the Xbox One
Okay.
X, the black ones.
Right. 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 Right.
Two
That's
ninety nine.
yeah. I just need just a regular one. I mean,
I'm not
I have
saying
that.
they,
I'll have 3 Xbox Ones here.
but I feel like that settles also when they move those to 299. I feel like it settled it that Xbox will be probably 499.
Oh, right.
I
Yeah.
feel like
More than likely.
that's like this is what it is. Like we're just letting you
Yeah.
know this is what it is now. And then I bet when Lockhart comes out, if they announce Lockhart at E3, this is Lockhart's its own thing, right? Like we could talk about that
Mhm.
forever because there's so
Right.
many different ideas of what it is. Is it a
Mhm.
console? Is it not really something? Is it a joke? Or is it like
Right.
something they planted? Is it what the xCloud servers are using? Is it I mean, I heard the one and I still want this one to come true, but they're saying what Jess Corden said that he thinks it might there's just rumors that it might be a Switch killer.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
obviously, you're not going to kill Switch, but it's going to add something new to the market. That's something.
They're saying that it's a cheaper, like, diskless
Yeah, and some people are saying that
mid-range
too.
system.
Which
It's so I'm guessing that the Lockhart is basically gonna be a download only system. That's what I think it's gonna be.
with like native 4K is my guess. It's still going to keep the native
Yeah, I
4K
don't
60 FPS, but it's going to have like a
right,
few things that knocks back.
right. Like, it's gonna be more, like, the word I hear is it's more of the successor to the Xbox One S, or,
Yeah, it's just a step above the X is my guess. The
yeah.
One X. Yeah.
So, we'll see. And it says it's not gonna have as much RAM as the Series X, but I mean, hey, it's still like for me, like, I like to have a system in the bedroom and a system in the studio, right? So, or where
Mhm.
other places that I may wanna play, like, when I wanna relax and not be here in the studio. So, that would be perfect for me to put into a place where I wanna just relax and play games where I'm not streaming or not working on something
Yeah.
or something like that. So, I could see myself grabbing one of those.
And if they keep it in the same shape, they could make it smaller.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of things they're not gonna need too,
Yeah. Oh,
so
man, dude.
yeah.
Such a good time. Imagine
Mhm.
it's like the size of a GameCube, but a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
So it's
I
not
mean, it
as
could
tall.
totally yeah, it could totally be that, and that would be perfect too, especially if I'm putting it in a different area that's not here in the studio,
Oh,
so
man, they could do so many cool things. There's so we don't know though.
and yeah, and as
E3.
long as everything is connected, as long as I can just hop on, like, if everything works the same as they're saying, like, if I can hop on and jump into a game that I had, that I was on one system and jump into it and that'd be kinda cool. So I don't know how that because I know it doesn't work the same right now,
Yeah.
but it would be great if that did work, especially because I know me personally, I'm going to be pretty much all digital. I'm not going to be buying any physical copies of games anyway,
Yeah.
um, unless it's something that's required, which I haven't seen anything required to me to have to buy a physical copy of a game anymore.
Yeah.
So I buy digital on everything, whether it's
Oh,
PlayStation,
yeah.
Switch, Xbox.
When it's
I don't even have room anymore on my wall over there to be
it
putting,
sounds silly to say, like, I mean, obviously, like, people are like, "You don't need to pre-order games anymore because you can get it," but it's like, it's so nice to be able to pre-order a game and pre-download it. I don't have to go to the
yeah, and
store and
it's
wait at
yeah.
midnight so that I can play with my friends.
And often it downloads before the game is actually released, so
Yeah.
when the day it does release, it's ready to rock.
It's just like light it's just flipping a switch.
Yeah,
Ready to go.
yeah, I
But
like that.
I guess we can go to the last thing
So
too. The last thing they talk about is they just focus on Game Pass. They just add Game Pass in there because
mhm.
Game Pass is so much at this point. It's so amazing
It
what
it
it
really
is.
is. It's such a great system. I just I I really like the access. I remember the day that I switched. I have Xbox Live. What do I need Xbox Game Pass for?
Mhm.
And then when they came up with the, what's it called? Ultimate wait, what's it called?
Yeah. Game Pass Ultimate.
Game Pass Ultimate, where you have both, because I wanna have both. I wanna be able to maybe buy a couple of games too, or, get through the 3 games that they give you every month for Xbox Live,
Yeah.
but then still have access to, and I'm like, "Okay, that
The
I can get down with."
250 games.
Right, and then once I signed up for it, I'm like, "Oh, yeah."
was like, oh,
sense.
this
You know
was
what
a
I
good
mean?
move. This was a good move.
Yeah, it was an excellent move. It was an excellent move.
So
So
yeah, so basically what he says in there, he just says, in addition to games from across 4 generations of consoles, our leading game subscription service, Xbox Game Pass will continue to have our first-party games like Halo Infinite included at their launch. We look forward to millions of you experiencing the Game Pass portfolio and immersing yourselves in a deep library of high-quality games, playing those you love now, and also discovering your next great adventure.
yeah,
And that's just like,
that's
he's just like, here's Game Pass. He's like, you
that's
want
pretty
this.
awesome.
Trust me.
Yeah,
But I
that's
feel
pretty
like,
awesome.
and at this point, like, they don't even really need to say that much about Game Pass. Like, it so much speaks for itself. Like, once you see it, you're like, wow.
Yeah, it just makes total sense. And for the cost of it is it just makes total sense to me.
Oh,
It
man.
really does.
And they have 15 Xbox game studios now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and there's so many that we still don't know what's coming. Like
Yeah.
Monolith, we don't know what Monolith's doing. I don't think Monolith is an Xbox studio, but I mean, that's one of those things that like there's so many like everybody's just
know.
sitting there, dude, just waiting. Like we have this next generation coming, and it's just gonna be mind blowing, dude. Like,
With the combination of this, all this stuff coming, and xCloud, dude,
oh man,
game over, man. Game over. No pun intended.
I mean, I feel you. I vibe
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah. I
Um,
was just watching something today. I was actually watching a video, an Xbox video about xCloud, and I was just like, dude, all this together, and plus I'll be able to, play on my iOS device or something. Yeah, I'm all about that.
It'd be nice. So,
Yeah.
Paris, he's from the Gamertag Radio. He was talking. He
Mhm.
said the way to play it best is on an iPad Pro. He said,
Yeah.
mind blowing.
Yeah, I have a couple of those. I have 2 iPad Pros
Wow,
here, so
just flex
yeah.
on us, dog. Jeez. No, just kidding.
I have a small one and a big one.
So I really feel like that's all of it. So we'll
Yeah.
just return you guys back to your original scheduled programming.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys again soon.
All right. See ya.